What's up, JV Rockstars? Mari Graceberg here for another episode of our JV Rockstar interviews. Normally on a Wednesday, but that's the beauty of the internet these days. I mean, it's Wednesday already with my guest. And for us, it's Tuesday, but no worries. I will have the replay is going to be on inside our mastermind group. Anyway, that you can watch at the same time. If you are on right now, come join the fun because today I am going to be really digging deep into our guest who's a personal branding expert. Her name is Renae. She's really the master at this. And you probably are asking yourself, why personal branding? Well, it's everything. And whether you realize it or not, because I didn't realize this one myself. But when I met Amber, when I realized that, wow, it really is important. And not to neglect this part. And that's the one we're going to be talking about today. At the same time, we are also going to talk about your favorite topic, which you can ask, joint ventures. How is she promoting her program via joint ventures? So, Amber, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Marie. I'm so pumped to connect with you and your tribe again. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that one too. So before we get started, just a brief intro. I mean, I want them to know you even more, but for those who don't know you yet, you probably are not too many because you've been in my community early on, especially during our summit days. But share with them what do you do and what you can do for them.
Awesome. So I have built 3 six-figure businesses in arguably the toughest industries around. My first business was a fashion design business. Is that getting feedback or are we all good?
A little bit. Maybe if we can lower the volume on your side. And that's the beauty of live stream. We are actually live. You can see us live. Yes, much better.
Cool. Awesome. So my first business was a fashion design business. My second business was a service business, which was a styling 101 kind of business. And now in this business in digital marketing and e-course creation, this business, I built a six-figure business in my first year. So 3 very different businesses, was able to reach 6 figures in each of them. And I realized that I was doing business in a really different way to everyone else. So the way that I was doing business was to focus on branding and communication strategies, and then to use amplification to tap into other people's markets and let them grow my audience for me. As you know, growing an audience is time-consuming and really difficult. So I was doing things a whole lot differently. So I've kind of developed this sort of 3-step formula which talks about personal branding, which I'm going to share some strategies with you today. I also really focus on how to be a powerful communicator and how to, ignite a movement with your message, because I really believe we've all been put on this universe with unique gifts and talents and abilities, and it's our responsibility as entrepreneurs to get those talents and abilities into the hands of more people that need them. And in today's day and age, that's all about powerful communication, like what you're doing right now, Marie. Great live streaming and public speaking and that kind of thing. So that's my 3-step formula. So branding, communication, and then amplification. So that's sort of a bit of a method that I've developed, which I'd love to share a bit more about with your team.
So branding, communication, amplification. I'm excited to learn more about that one. But first off, let's start with the basic one. What is a personal brand and how do you become one today? I mean, for those who are watching right now, for those who are listening right now, who have no idea what a personal brand is, because more often when I got started, I thought personal brand is only for the big corporations or companies. So for us solopreneurs or small business owners, what is a personal brand and how do we become one today?
So let me flip the script on that a little bit and let me throw out a bit of a statistic. I'm all about the numbers. I know you're about the numbers girl as well, Marie. So let's do a little bit of a pop quiz about how many seconds it takes for people to form a first impression of you in today's digital landscape. I've done this one before, so I think you know the answer, right? 3 seconds? It takes 3 seconds for someone to find you in today's digital landscape and to form an impression of you. So in that time frame, they decide whether they like you, whether they're going to follow you. They put you in an imaginary price bracket, and they more or less decide within that time frame whether they're going to ever spend money with you. So if you think about the hundreds of people that are coming into contact with your brand every day, and there are hundreds, people finding you online and on socials, you got to ask yourself, why are they not converting? Why are they not becoming customers? Why are they not following you? And the reason is personal branding, especially if you are, like you, Marie, the face of your brand. You know, people are wanting to connect with you inevitably. So the way that the entrepreneurial journey works is, or the way that the buying funnel works, should I say, is people find you online, either on your website or your social media, and then they click over to the two. What they're looking for here is evidence of consistency. So they want to make sure that the messaging is the same, that the brand persona is the same. And if they have consistency, then they go deeper into the funnel. What they do there is they look for evidence of you showing up in person, either at a live stream or at a speaking engagement, at a podcast, anywhere they can get to know you, the person behind the brand. And if they have that consistency and they find evidence of you showing up in person, then they start to depend on you. Once they depend on you, then they trust you. And we know what comes after trust, Marie: sales. So the key to increasing your bottom line is to create a cohesive and consistent personal brand experience. So that is what I'm all about.
I love it. I love it. And I agree with you, because it all boils down into that trust. We buy from people that we trust, and this is so basic thing, but we don't see it that way. And in this, in DNA age that we are today, it really is about how you package yourself to be able to get that trust that people have on you. Otherwise, it's so hard to connect nowadays if you don't build that foundation. Okay, so for entrepreneurs, I mean, I know most of the people that are watching right now are entrepreneurs. So why, I mean, you said something about why personal branding is important, but you mentioned about those three things. So how are these three things, how can you apply these three things, and how do they work? Okay, I can think about a personal brand, communication, really key. And then you have also that amplification part, which is really rings a bell with me, because that's exactly what we're doing, what I am about, really connecting with other people and leveraging other people's audiences. So walk us through, or at least explain with us, how are those three things, how do they work, and how can we see each other applying this into our business?
So real quick, obviously I have developed an entire program around this, but very quickly, you want to just start thinking of yourself as a personal brand today, step one. So start thinking about what your brand values are, what your objectives are, and really start thinking about whenever you're showing up in person as the face of that brand, and what you personally are communicating as a message, you know, when you're showing up as the face of the brand. Because really, as you said already, the marketplace is really crowded and noisy, and people really do want to get to know the person behind the brand. So it is so important to take interest in how you're showing up when you're doing things like this on camera, front facing of the brand. Secondly, your communication. I find that so many people, you have a natural skill at this, Marie. You're so confident with getting up in front of, live streams. But I find that most people that I work with have a lot of fears that they need to overcome, and they don't feel confident with doing live streams, sharing their message, and even just how to communicate in a way that ignites movement, how to get their message across clearly. I don't know, have you had training in this, Marie, or did you just naturally wake up and you were just gifted at it?
Oh my God, I am smiling, I'm laughing here when you're saying that one, because I still feel like I'm not I'm not good on live stream, I'm not good on video, or I am definitely not a natural on this. That is what I started with podcasting, because I hated to be on videos. I feel like when I see myself on camera, I look so ugly. Since I'm not a native English speaker, I feel like people don't want to understand me. People don't want to judge me. I wasn't like this. But then when I started putting myself out there and doing, for example, Zoom meetings, or especially when I did my summit, because these are videos, I was so enjoying them much more with podcasting. Okay, I love podcasting because you are talking to each other. But with videos, it has taken it to that next level. I mean, seeing that other person, not just talking to that person, but seeing that other person, that one really energizes me. Like now, I see you, you see me. It feels like this is next to being in person. So I feel like, and today I feel like, wow, it's just about putting yourself out there and not being scared of making mistakes. I mean, I am no perfect at all. I'm no natural on camera at all. But I just love the fact that, wow, this is me. I am able to express what I want and how I want to connect with people. So yeah, definitely not a natural on it. I just started doing it, and I keep doing it over and over again. And that helps me overcome that fear of putting out there and being judged by other people.
Well, I mean, a couple of things I want to say about that. I think anyone watching this or who's in your tribe would disagree. We all think that you do such a great job on this. So great work on that. And a really great point, which you happen to stumble upon, which is, I teach a whole strategy on this, is when you face your fears, you actually build confidence over time. So, I think we all sort of have these fears of being on camera, and we look back and we think, oh my gosh, do I really look like that? But when you, show up repeatedly and start building confidence, you can actually, feel better about yourself. And there are so many things that you can do that help building confidence as well. But as you found out, just showing up repeatedly does actually build confidence over time. So great job there.
Thank you. And a tip there for our audience who are scared of being on camera. I mean, I struggled with this a lot, but up until I started doing it, yeah, I mean, that fear will always be there. It's just doing it. And also, I mean, I think for us women, it's a lot more preparation because look, I mean, for me, normally on a normal day, I don't wear lipstick. But here I have to wear lipstick because I look so pale. I have a very tan color. I have a very brown color. But of course, the lighting here makes it look like I'm really fair, but I am not. But I have to put a lipstick on. Otherwise, I look pale. So I feel like sometimes that's one of the hindrance or obstacle for us women, because we feel like we have to look good. At least look good. We have to put some makeup on. I mean, for men, I think it's a lot. To me, I think it's a lot easier for them because they don't need to do this one. But if that makes you feel confident, and I think that's not our physical appearance, admit it or not, is a huge thing for us women. I had that myself too. So if that helps you get have that confidence, put on some makeup, put on something that makes you feel confident. Your dress, for example, or your background, for example, something that makes you feel contributes to that one, because that helps me a lot too.
You are preaching right there, Marie. That is totally what I'm all about as well. It's amazing how much these things that we put in our body have an effect on how we feel about ourselves. So yeah, even doing simple things, whatever it is for you. For me, if I put on a red lippy, I feel like I can conquer the world. So whatever it is for you that you need to do to just for that confidence boost, not for the other people watching, but just for yourself to know, you know what, I'm feeling good. I know I look good because I've done whatever it is for me. So I'm feeling a lot more confident with showing up today.
Awesome. All right. So I know you have this program which we're going to be talking about shortly, but what I'd love for you to share with us is one thing. If there's one thing that they can take away from this on Joint Ventures is, how did you find your joint venture partners that are promoting you for this program?
So I actually partnered with people who I've done a previous partnership with in the past. So Marie, you and I go way back. I was a part of your Teach and Profit Summit, and I just feel like you led the way in terms of JV game back then. Like, you were such an inspiration. You had it all going on, and you really ran such a beautiful JV. And I was so inspired by you, and I thought, you know what? My girl Marie is doing it. Like, I'm going to give it a go. So this is my first JV. So I am definitely a newbie. I'm just trying to sort it all out. I'm going back through all of your old emails to see what Marie did so I can get a little bit of inspiration. But all of my partners are people like you that I've done a summit with, or a podcast with, or I've done a previous kind of relationship with in the past. So that's where I found all of my first round of JV partners.
Congratulations, and thank you for the shout. So that's a big tip for you listeners out there for JVs. Find those people that you've connected before, or that you have built relationships somehow before, whether that be via podcasting or summits, or somehow you've connected with in the past, like blogging or whatever that event was. Those are your low-hanging fruits. So if you're struggling with finding JV partners, that's where I want you to do, like what Amber just shared with us. Okay, beautiful. Love that tip. That's one tip that I want you to take away from today, is to make a list of those low-hanging fruit. We call them low-hanging fruit. The people that you already know, who are within your networks already. those are the ones that you're going to be wanting to reach out to as potential joint venture partners for you. Okay, great tip there for today's JV Rockstar interview. Now, I know we've talked about personal branding, how to build your brand, how to build your influence, how to build that credibility with other people by leveraging other people's expertise or platform. Tell them now where to go and learn more about this, because I know you have a master class or a trainer you're holding with the next few days, and I want our audience to not miss this up, because this is something that you cannot really ignore. If you want to be taken seriously and you want to be noticed, I mean, at least attract. I mean, that's the main thing. Be able to attract the right audience for you. This is something that you can't ignore. Your personal branding, the communications, the amplification. These three things that Amber just shared with us. I want you to learn about this, because I don't want you to be left out. So why don't you tell them where to go, and we'll take it from there.
Thanks so much, Marie. Absolutely. I do have a masterclass coming up which dives deep into those 3 strategies that we touched on really lightly today. I teach a lot of really actionable tips that you can start implementing today, and you are one of my JV partners, so I know that you're dropping your JV link in there for the masterclass that's coming up. But we teach, how to stand out from the competition in a crowded, noisy marketplace, how to become a recognized influencer in your niche, and really how to amplify your message to the masses. So yeah, the masterclass is coming up, and I would love to invite your tribe to come and check it out. And also just another little hot tip about JV partners, which I learned from you as well. So I reached out to maybe 40 or 50 JV partners when I was first doing my first outreach, and I ended up with about 8 people. So I guess that's probably like a fair indication of like the amount of people that you need to outreach and the amount of people that you can get on board. So I just wanted to share that as well, because I've read a lot about this, so I wasn't disheartened by those numbers, but I feel like a lot of people would be like, well, I'm reaching out to people and people don't have the time or they can't fit it in. So I just wanted to share that with another little extra nugget with your tribe, that I reached out to maybe 4 or 5 times the number of people that ended up JVing with me this time around.
That is a great tip, and I love that you shared that one, because yes, I hate to disappoint you if you're watching this, that if you've connected to 50 people and you expect all of them are going to be respond or promote, no, it's not going to be like that. That's why it's still a numbers game. The more you connect with people, the more chance you'll have people say yes. And there are going to be a lot of no's, but don't take it personal. Sometimes it's just about timing. Sometimes the program or the audience doesn't match, but most of the time it's about timing. So you can still cultivate that relationship, because you never know next time. So I really want you not to miss this masterclass that Amber is holding the next few days. The link is on the screen right now. It's www.marigraceberg.com/Amber. I will also have them on our comment box, so that way you can just click that one in and you can register for that masterclass. Like what I've said earlier, I really encourage you to do this one. I will be there myself too, because I think we can all learn from, even if I have learned this one earlier. This is a new masterclass with these 3 things, because that there's a component of this one that I haven't really honed myself, and we can all learn from this program and from each other. So I really encourage you to go there now, www.marigraceberg.com/Amber, and then you will get the confirmation on the dates and time that you will be able to attend. And if you can't make it, I'm sure Amber will follow up on you and how you can get the replay, or if there's one. But I still really encourage you to register and then be there on live, because the beauty of live like now is that you can ask questions and you get your questions answered right there and then. That's why I love webinars. That's why I love master classes, because I can't wait to I want my questions. I want my questions to be answered right there and then. So I really encourage you to join the masterclass. Register today. www.marigraceberg.com/Amber. I have it on the screen. I have it on the comment section as well. So Amber, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. Final words for our audience, and then we'll say goodbye.
Thanks so much for having me, Marie. And I really would love to welcome any of your tribe to the masterclass. As we sort of touched on already, this is things that no one else is teaching you out there. I see that everyone else is teaching you how to do Facebook ads or how to write blog posts or how to do these sorts of things. But the world has changed, you know. No longer is it okay for you to hide behind a blog post or a social media share and expect that your ideal client is going to find you and connect with you. The way that we create authentic connections is by showing up in person, either on a live stream or at a live event, and letting people connect with the person behind the brand. So that is what I'm all about, how to package you up so that people really connect with you and so that we can amplify your impact and your profits. So I'd love to have any of your tribe on the call.
Amplify your impact and profits. Who doesn't want that? I want that one myself. So join me and Amber on the masterclass, www.mariegraceberg.com/Amber. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And look forward to connecting again. If you have any questions about what we've covered today, just post them down below this video. I will forward them to Amber as well. Again, Amber, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Bye.